We communicate with our five senses all day long, with our environment and with other people. Out of those five senses that we communicate with, 90% of our interactions in our lives and our earth and our environment is visual. What we like to do as humans, our brain is constantly looking for patterns, and we like to put things in patterns. We process so much information in a day that it's easy for us. Hello, lady, and welcome back to the Just Realized podcast. It's Katie here, your favorite podcast host and stylist, your favorite human, because I am you and you are me. So today's episode is a super special episode, and I know I feel like I say that all the time, but it really is. So episode 138, and it's the anniversary episode. So the podcast is 2 years old, and the styling business that was birthed out of the podcast journey is 1 year old. On the 18th, it turns one. So I have officially been a business owner for a year. Holy shit. So want to obviously start out with a huge round of thank you to all my podcast listeners who have supported me along the way. And just thank you so much for tapping in and listening every day. And if this is your first episode, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here, and strap up and get ready for a wild ride. There's literally so much going through my brain right now. I don't even know where to start. But I want to just say thank you. That's really the only thing that I can come up with at the moment is thank you. And today's episode, I hope, rocks your fucking socks. It's going to be all about making money with your style. And I feel like I've danced around this just like I've danced around the fucking fact that I'm a business owner. And I want to lay that shit to rest today. And I want to step up into my big bitch energy and really own this piece of me and this side of me and inspire the living fuck out of all of you to do the same exact thing. I really feel like that's my mission with this podcast, is to let you be seen, let you be heard, and to inspire you to do those amazing things that you want to do. I have on really cute earrings, but I'm going to take them off because I keep hearing them dangle while I talk. So that being said, today's episode is all about money, because your bank account equals your wardrobe. And I ain't talking about how much money we're spending on clothes and buying clothes and things like that. I'm talking about, is your wardrobe aligned to you, aligned to your image? Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel like a queen? Do you feel confident? Those kinds of things. So before we hop in, it is the anniversary episode. I wanted to just say thank you and remind you that we are doing a giveaway for the anniversary to celebrate. And by we, I mean me, because the team is me. So check that out. I have it on Instagram posted. All you did do to enter to win is drop your favorite emoji. You know, I love my emojis. And you can get multiple entries by tagging friends and sharing in your stories. I have some people who have like 50 entries into this contest. So it's a giveaway for my favorite things. So some of my favorite lipstick, my favorite sheet mask, some really cute earrings from Madewell. I have the same exact pair, but don't worry, we won't be twins because I dropped one of them in a couch cushion. And my big bitch energy stickers. I actually have a couple of other random things I think I'm going to throw in the box too. So whoever the winner is will have some surprises. And last but not least, please don't forget, you know that there's a freestyle consult part of this package as a way to just say thank you. So head over to Instagram, Katie Allen Stylist. Check that out today. Enter to win. And thank you so much, boo. You're going to love it. And it's just a little gift from me to you to celebrate all the awesomeness and anniversaries. And what a perfect time of year. So that being said, I wanted to remind you to rate and review and share the podcast community is a core value of mine. It's going to play into how to make more money with your style today, because I truly believe building authentic connections is how we increase our revenue. It's how we all become millionaires, lady. So let's do that thing. Let's grow that community. I was at a conference last week for all women entrepreneurs, business executive leaders, and someone had spoken. They said, lift as you climb. We're all always climbing, right? We're all always on a journey. And while we're on that same journey, there's another woman either beside us, 2 steps ahead of us, 2 steps behind us. Lift them as well as you climb. So if you find today's episode inspiring, motivational, like get all the feels, send it to your boo. Share it with her. You guys can talk about it. And then what parts resonated with you, and you go out into the world and be boss-ass bitches together and support each other. And it would make me feel good too if you just tag me. And that just makes my heart do a little flutter every single time I see it. Also, speaking of being a business owner, I wanted to take this opportunity on this business podcast, on this anniversary episode, and celebrate the fact that I have been a business owner for a year. And I feel like I've skirted around it a little bit. I don't feel like I've fully stepped into it, fully owned it. And I have found myself self-sabotaging my success in multiple ways. I've had tons of success. I can't even talk. I've had tons of success in my first year of business, and I'm so fucking grateful. And I think I started to feel myself hit my internal, like, this is good enough range. And I start finding myself self-sabotaging in many, many different ways. And that is going to be another episode. So I'm not going to give it away right now. But in that spirit, I wanted to take a few minutes to remind you ladies about the styling business, who it's for, and how I serve. So styling services that I am supporting my female leaders and entrepreneurs with is all about helping you elevate in your brand, and more fucking importantly, in your confidence. Today's whole episode is going to be how to make more money with your style, your clothes, and your confidence. And that's exactly what I do and teach each and every one of my clients. The 3 ways I work with women are helping them create a branded style capsule that's completely aligned to their branding. So my woman who's constantly showing up in person and online has a really distinct brand, leans into her brand, knows the value of her brand, loves to portray her mission and her values, and loves to talk the talk and make sure she's always communicating inside and out with her brand. Then I am supporting you in that space with your style, making sure that your personal style is reflecting that, because the personal brand is you and it's not you. If you listened to last week's episode with Savannah, we talked about this a lot. And her and I actually support each other a ton in our businesses with our clients, because the work we do really is so similar, because we are helping female-led businesses, service-based, out here ready to make a difference, lean into who they really are, their most authentic selves. And we all know that that's what we want. That's where brands are going, is the direction of authenticity. The days are over of just brands being nameless, faceless, and voiceless. We're done with that. Humans want other humans. So if you feel like you want to get back in touch with that and you want to incorporate that into your style, or maybe you feel like you've lost yourself in building the business, let's reconnect and get you back up, and let's incorporate those pieces into you that make you feel amazing. We can do that through unlocking your signature style. And when we're done with that, we can do monthly retainers. And monthly retainers are all about just checking in, closet edits, and shopping as needed. And last but not least, did you book that branding photo shoot? And you're like, oh shit, what do I wear now? Maybe you booked that TEDx talk and you're like, son of a bitch, what do I wear? We're taking action in our business every day, and we're doing really, really big things. And I am the same way. And then my next thought is, oh my God, what do I wear? Let me help you take the anxiety and dread out of that. All right, lady? Go on my website today, katiejuststyled.com, and schedule a free 30-minute consult. We can get you where you want to be, easy peasy, and I'll make it fun. I promise. Awesome. So all that being said, let's talk about making money with our style. How the fuck do we do it? First, I want to start with some stats. I posted this in a post, my first reel ever, about style being a tax write-off. For my business ladies, it absolutely is a tax write-off. Your image is part of your brand. Your brand is your business. It is professional services. It is a write-off. So I did a whole reel about this, and I included some stats in there, but I feel like I want to talk about them again because they're super, super important. So 3 things to keep in mind, and these are like Harvard Medical School's case studies, Procter & Gamble, the other one, I can't remember where it was from. I do have these things written down, I promise, in case you want to call me out on it. But the first stat is you have 7 seconds to make a good impression with your appearance. The first time you meet someone, before they know the inside you, the real you, you have 7 seconds to make a first impression. Let me count. 1, 2, I can't count to 7. It's going to take too long, but you get the point. Okay? Next up in our stats, the land of stats, 93% of your communication is based on your appearance. Okay, let me say that one again. 93% of your communication is based on your appearance. We are visual species. It's like, what's the word I'm looking for? Characters. We communicate with our 5 senses all day long, with our environment and with other people. Out of those 5 senses that we communicate with, 90% of our interactions in our lives and our earth and our environment is visual, unless you're visually impaired, and then that's going to translate to the ears. In this scenario, we are going to be focused on the visual, right? So 90% of the way you communicate with your world and interact on a daily basis with your 5 senses is through your eyes. So that is why 93% of your communication with other human beings is based on your appearance. And I know this is a stat that a lot of us don't like. We are all dealing and grappling with the your image, and I can't do this, and I can't be the person I want to be. And I can't say the things I want to say. Believe me, I know. And that's not what this is about. That's not what I'm telling you to do. What I'm telling you right now is when you unlock your signature style and you're so tapped in, you are communicating exactly what you want to communicate with this person. And if they don't like it, then that's not your person. But if you get the opportunity to meet someone that you really want to have a relationship with, or you really want to get to know better, you want that first impression to be authentic and genuinely you. So in those 7 seconds, that 93% of what you're communicating, I want it to be authentically you. I am not asking you to dress like somebody else. I am not suggesting that in any way, shape, or form. I am just communicating stats to you and giving us tips and tools on how we can step into our truest form of ourselves. This podcast is a great example. You have 7 seconds to listen to this podcast. And do you like my voice? Do you want to listen to me cuss? Do you like my train of thought? Do you like what I'm saying? And then if you don't, you're gone. If you're still listening, then thank you, because we're 13 minutes in, and that means you like it. The last stat I have for you is 30% of women make more income when they are in alignment with their visual appearance. I don't know about you, but I would definitely take 30% more income year over year in my business by being in alignment with my style. So we have to make really good impressions really quick. We are mostly communicating with our clients, potential clients, customers, friends, whatever the word is that you use to describe the people you interact with on a daily basis. You have 93% of those communications are based on your appearance, because what we like to do as humans, our brain is constantly looking for patterns, and we like to put things in patterns. We process so much information in a day that it's easy for us to make assumptions based on appearance. Because if you walk up to me and you have on a gray sweater, immediately my brain is like, oh, that gray sweater reminds me of so-and-so. So-and-so does this. I really like this about so-and-so, or I really dislike this about so-and-so. Now I have taken everything that my brain can pull up on that gray sweater you are wearing and like am totally projecting my shit on you. And that's just real life. That's just how we operate right now in the season that we are in as humans. Is we like to put things in buckets. We like to associate things with where they are. So make sure that you are showing up in your authentic self and communicating what you want to communicate with your style. And let's make 30% more income. Okay, let's talk about the why behind this. The why behind this and why you can make more money with your style. Now, those are stats. They're great. You're like, fine, fuck. But tell me the why, the how, the what, right? The why is we spend money because we have a need or a pain. Who the fuck are you giving your money to? Think about that for a second. What are your favorite places to shop? I'm going to throw one out there that we all love or love to hate. Target. Do you know why we love Target? Do you know why we spend so much in Target? Have you ever heard the phrase, oh, Target happens? Because you walk into Target and they have mastered visual appearance. They have mastered feeding into your wants and needs on a daily basis. It's what they fucking do. The store is set up in such a psychological way, the way it flows, the colors, the things that are in end caps. They go to great lengths to think about this. I could do a whole episode on this, but if you've worked with me on 101, we've talked about the ways that colors come into play, the way people's brains work, the way people make decisions based on symmetry, based on what's in their environment, how we're attracted to it, why we're attracted to it. And they have fucking mastered that. All good brands have. And you can do it too. I promise you. You just have to pay attention and think about what you want to express with your style. But first, you have to get in touch with yourself, because at the end of the day, it really is all about you, right? It really is all about you. So let me rephrase this in another way. When I think of stores like Target, or I think of people who I'm like, here, take all my money. When I think of coaches and people I've worked with and people I use for my businesses today, these women are not only inspirational to me, they are aspirational to me. And I wanted to call that out in this podcast because I think it's a huge reason and a number one way that increases our income and increases our money. And the two women that come up for me when I think of this that are very aspirational for me are Rachel Rodgers and Denise Duffield Thomas, both of which, well, if you read their books, they have two very different approaches, both of which will tell you 1,000% to invest in clothes that make you feel fucking amazing. Because there's so many reasons beyond just you being judged by people and beyond making a really good fucking first impression and communicating that clothes are really, really important. And we're going to get to those in a few minutes in detail. But when you feel amazing in your clothes, you can do amazing shit. And who doesn't want to be around the person that's doing amazing shit? Because that shit's inspirational and aspirational, right? So aspirations, because I feel like we throw these two words around a lot interchangeably, and they're not interchangeable at all. Aspirations are when you hope to achieve something. So I'm going to go hang out with Rachel Rodgers because I hope to be a millionaire one day, right? So like if I'm hanging around that person, she's aspirational for me. I want to do what she's going to do because she has accomplished something that I want to accomplish in my life. So think of like who that person is for you. These are, depending on some of the other podcasts I listen to, you could think of these people as like your expanders, people who are currently doing something that you want to be doing one day. You should absolutely surround yourself with those people. Don't compare yourself to those people. Use them as aspiration. And inspiration is really just the feeling of being mentally stimulated to do something. So those two things are really, really different. So let's dig in a little bit to those two, right? So Denise talks in her book about manifesting money and showing up as your best self and saying when our environments feel amazing and our clothes, which is our second skin, feel amazing, we are sending the message to ourselves that we are worthy, that we are confident, that we can do and take those scary actions that we want to take in our business. And the biggest reason you can do those things is because you are comfortable. You are confident. Every time you catch your own reflection in the mirror, you look at that woman and the woman you see back at you is saying, yes, bitch, you can do all the things that you want to do. And I'm going to phrase it like this. I've talked about this on a podcast a couple of times recently. We're all trying to hydrate, right? Hydration is the key. I don't know about you, but hydrating makes me have to pee. So how many times a day am I washing my hands in the sink and looking at myself in the bathroom? All of those times is an opportunity for me to shift my self-talk. And if the woman looking back at me looks fucking fine as hell, guess what? I'm gonna be like, damn, bitch, you fine. Go make that money. Go serve those clients. Go be the best fucking version of yourself. Because I can do that. Because when I feel good about me and I'm feeling good on the inside, guess what? And I show up on the phone with another woman and I feel confident, I can give her the best service of my life. And I can share with her my best tips, my best tricks, the best things that are going to work for her. And in turn, pass this energy on to her and make her feel amazing so that then she can go and make tons of money in her business, right? Someone just said to me this very morning, she was like, oh my God, like I think about you every morning when I get dressed. And she was like, I fucking like my job again. She's like, do you know how important that is? Right? When we like things again and we feel energized again, people see it, people know it, they sense it. And I'm not saying like people are thinking like outwardly, like, oh my God, like we should just go start paying Stephanie more at her job today. No, what I'm saying is people want to be around you and they just don't even know why. People love you and they're like, God, what is it about her? Like, I want to be like that. I want to feel like that. Like, what are you doing? Right? All of a sudden, you've become interesting and people are like, oh, she got a little pep in her step. Like, we all want that. We all want to be happy. We all want to be appreciated. We all need money to survive, but more importantly, to make impact. And that, lady, is what I'm focusing on here about you using your style to make more money. It's a trickle down effect, right? When you feel amazing in your clothes, because we have tapped in to the innermost real version of you. And, you know, I kind of feel like the real is where I show up and it's like a gift for me is to be really, really vulnerable and say exactly what the fuck's on my mind. And by me having that gift, as uncomfortable as it can fucking be sometimes, it actually creates a safe space for somebody else to show up on a Zoom with me and say, Katie, and this happens all the time, Katie, I'm really uncomfortable and I feel really nervous and kind of vulnerable right now because I don't invest in myself this way with time, money, or energy. And it feels a little weird. It feels a little unknown. And that's where the fucking transformation happens every single time. But I'm so honored that this is my gift because I think it really helps us both go to really deep places inside of ourselves that we didn't know. And now we're showing up in an authentic way that, guess what? Ding, 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 you guessed it, is going to lead to more money in your life, in your business, in your career, whatever that is for you. Okay? And let's talk about like the really tangible ways of like how this money, how this style is turning into money for you in your life, right? Like we've really just done a lot of like abstract talking and some of this still is a little abstract, but let's get down to it, right? If you feel amazing in your outfit because you are fully expressing who you are on the inside, you are adorning your body with the clothes, colors, messages, fabrics, metals that make you feel amazing, then guess what? Your performance is increased. Your focus is increased. Your productivity, your attention to detail, your creative thinking. I don't know about you, but every time I'm in a pinch or I'm struggling with something or something happens in my business, in my life, which really I'm starting to come to this point of view that life is really about a series of events that we have to constantly look for solutions to. And if I can be creative in them and I have more energy because I'm focused and I'm productive and I'm feeling super fucking confident in myself and my attention to detail is literally higher and my brain activity is focused on this, then I can be a creative thinker and come up with better solutions to my problems. Easy peasy, right? That in and of itself is going to lead you to making more money. Let me give you a really good personal example. You guys all know I lost my job in the pandemic and I said, I want to start a business. At this time in our relationship, I was the breadwinner and had been the breadwinner for a couple of years, right? Well, when I went to my husband and said, hey, I've lost my job and P.S., I don't know what I want to do with my life, but I'm really, really asking you for the grace and space to start something and figure my fucking life out. Can you honor that for me? I think we'll be okay. Like, here's my kind of skeleton plan. I think we'll be okay. He goes, yeah, sure. I'm going to give you that grace and space. And maybe on the inside, he's freaking out a little bit, but it immediately translated to creative thinking for him. And he started a Twitter business that has completely replaced my old income and my corporate job, which has also then given me the freedom, time, confidence, space to have my own creative thinking and my own business. Without that moment of being able to think creatively, that wouldn't have happened. That's a really, really tangible example of when we feel really good and our creative thinking is at its highest and we're focused and we're performing and our productivity and our confidence is through the fucking roof, we can come up with solutions to problems to make more money, right? If you want something bad enough, you can always do it. But a lot of times when our self-confidence is really low and we don't feel fired up, we just let life continue to happen to us. But when you present me with an opportunity that I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to come up with that $5,000. Guess what? I'm going to figure it the fuck out. I'm going to put on my big girl lipstick. I'm going to get dressed up, something that makes me feel like the most like me. And I'm just going to step into that space and shit's going to start coming to me. All right. So in that, the second way that I really, really see this is tangible evidence that your style makes you more money is it flat out fucking builds your confidence, right? And when your confidence is built, and your confidence is always going to be in an ebb and flow, right? But when you're confident enough to take the first step to do something scary, to take that action, that shit's going to pay off for you. So confidence equals action. Action equals clarity. Clarity equals more action, more defined, refined action, which in turn equals more money. I just gave you the really good example of my husband. Now, no, I wasn't fucking styling him when he was doing that. He does his own things that work on his confidence. And of course, I mean, he does live with me, so he is kind of stylish already, but just joking, kind of. But for me, this is my key to coming home and to getting back to myself. 100% for a fact, during COVID, I know the worst day I ever had was the day I did not get dressed. And that was the day I realized the power of my clothes. Anytime you start a new fitness program or hire a trainer or read a blog, the first thing they're going to tell you to stay motivated on your fitness journey is to buy a cute fucking workout outfit, because it will start to make you feel different and it will build your confidence. But that aside, I had confidence to take action on myself by starting the podcast, right? The podcast that then led to more action, which then led to clarity. And when I lost my job and I was given that space, I said, okay, because I've been doing the podcast for this amount of time and I've seen how if I follow the breadcrumbs and really, really believe in myself and have the confidence, it can lead to something else. So the clarity there was that, yes, I can start something, even though I don't know the fuck it is yet. I just kept taking the action that I had through the confidence, through fucking dressing up every day. You bet your fucking ass. When I lost my job, my ass was getting dressed up and doing things to make me feel good goddamn stop. Then I came up with the idea to start the business. Then when I pitched that business, oh, do you want to know what color lipstick I had on? Bright fucking purple, because it made me feel really, really good. And then in turn, I started to make money and be profitable in my business. So that's like my second, like tangible step on how style turns into money. Confidence, which you can get from feeling really, really amazing in your clothes. There's tons of ways to feel confident, but this is one that I promise sticks with you because clothing is your second skin. You take it with you all day long. You can be in a really supercharged, inspirational environment, then step out of that environment. Whatever outfit you had on goes with you for the rest of the day. So it's super, super important for you to feel amazing in that outfit because it's interacting with you all day long. Sounds, feelings, sight. How do your clothes smell? I always love to say that as a joke, but really your clothes interact with you and your five senses on a daily basis. So when you feel confident in them, it creates action, it creates clarity, which creates refined action, which then creates money. Third way, tangible way, fucking favorite goddamn way to make more money in your business is to build genuine connections through your style. Let me give you two really good examples of this. Well, I guess it's kind of the same. One is if I come into a cocktail party to network with a bunch of ladies and someone has on something that resonates with me and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to meet her. Ooh, who do I want to talk to? I literally just did this last week. I went to an amazing women's conference for women entrepreneurs and business owners. And I went by myself to a fancy dancy cocktail party in the city and an all-day event. I walked into that city an hour away from my house, cocktail party. I didn't know not one of these women, 100 women in a room, maybe 200. I didn't know one of them. And I was super intentional about my outfits, what I was wearing, what I was communicating with them. And I walked in that room and I was starting to look like, well, okay, well, who am I going to talk to? Like, who am I going to introduce myself to? And before I could even do it, somebody walked up to me because they liked what I was wearing and it instantly started the conversation. Now I have a new business connection. We've already shared some really good advice and tips with each other. We've already built a connection and we've already begun to support each other. What a fucking amazing way, because this girl said, I see a piece of myself in her. I want to go talk to her. We love people that remind us of ourselves or of other people we love. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying in the beginning on the stats, right? I had 7 seconds to figure out who the fuck my friends were going to be in here, right? And ultimately, whether that person puts me in connection with another client or that person provides me with a gem of knowledge that makes me be able to serve my clients better, no matter what, ultimately, that's going to lead into more profit, more money in my business, which again is going to lead to me, her, you making bigger impact in the world. Now I get to go open my women's co-op one day and support other entrepreneurs or women that want to be entrepreneurs that maybe don't have the funding and don't have the opportunity to be supported in their journey, even though their gifts are super fucking valuable and the world needs them. And I talked about Rachel Rodgers earlier, and if you don't follow her, you don't read her book, please do. Because she talks a lot about the discrepancies between women, how much we make in our businesses versus men. And I'm not trying to get on the platform, but hey, it exists and it's there. We all know that there's a pay gap. Well, that pay gap then goes into businesses. And most women who own businesses do not make more than 6 figures. So please, ladies, let's tap in to our personal styles, unlock it, feel good. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to make money. You're allowed to make money because women impact and put more money back into their societies and their communities than men. That's why we need to make more money, not just so we can buy better clothes and jets, which we deserve to do too, but also so we can support our fucking communities, so we can lift while we climb the next woman. Okay? Your confidence as a person will elevate. You will make a change in the world just by being you. So please don't underestimate the power of your style. And I challenge challenge, I can't even talk anymore. I challenge you to lean into that confidence and get connected back to yourself and think of how can you incorporate this every day and make it part of your self-care practice so you can show up as the baddest, biggest bitch in your life. And yes, we're reclaiming the word bitch. I know I've said it 1,000 times already, but I want to support you in that space. We all deserve to make more money. I hope you enjoyed today's episodes. I hope there were some gems that I dropped that really, really resonated with you, are shifting the way you're thinking about your clothes, your confidence, how you're showing up in your business, and your leadership position. Please message me on Insta and let me know. Katie Allen Stylist. Also, don't forget, boo, I would love to support you in your styling journey, reconnecting back to yourself, finding out what those pieces are that you've probably forgot that you really, really love, putting them back on you, making you feel amazing. Go out there, book that TED Talk, book that branding shoot, get that workshop going, book that big client, and let me take away 100%. I'm going to drop another stat for you. Let me take away 100% of the anxiety and dread of what to wear. I am here to serve you, babe. This is amazing. Thanks for showing up for this anniversary episode. Don't forget to go enter to win the giveaway. It's some of my favorite things that I use all the time. I have 35 of this fucking sheet mask. I'm giving away like 5 or 6 of them in the giveaway. Go in there, tag a friend, share it in your stories, get more. If you're like, Katie, I'm fired up, I'm ready to make more money, I want you on my team. I am an extension of your team, right? This isn't just like a one and done. Let's build a team. Let's build your image. Let's build your bank account. Let's build your impact together. KatieJustStyled.com. You can go on there. I think it's /contact, book a free call, and let's do this, boo. Have an amazing week. I will talk to you soon. Bye.